Tired of lugging around big bags of pet food and litter? Get it delivered. Chewy.com delivers everything your pets need right to your door. Dog food.
Hey, Bobby, we're on already.
And treats.
Save 20% on your first order.
Okay.
Pets need right to your door.
Are we live? Oh, we are live. Okay, great. Hey, Bobby, we're live.
I'm sorry, darling. I'm still learning how the multiple ways to get into these things. It's a challenge.
Yeah, no worries at all. I happened to hit start and just assumed it was something, clicking a button or something. But we'll figure it out.
I started it when I came in through your web part and started it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll work that out later. We are live. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Monday. We might come up with a different name for it. But every Monday, Bobby and I are going to be coming live on this channel at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to come help you guys connect more powerfully with your own spirit guide, with your own internal guidance system. And so it's really about just everything spiritual growth. And so last week we did a guided meditation to meet your spirit guide. So definitely go back to that video, check it out. You can travel to the journey of the Temple of the Masters to meet your spirit guide. And this week we wanted to come live and talk about, like, is it ego or is it spirit? Because I know a lot of questions that Bobby and I get a lot of time deal with. How do I know if I'm making this up in my head? Is this me just imagining, or is this like really spirit coming to me? Or sometimes when you first start hearing messages from your guides and you listen and you get great results in your life, and then all of a sudden you got a message and it didn't work out, it kind of makes you doubt your spiritual gift overall. Because sometimes, like our ego, our own thoughts, sometimes like telepathy or empathy, you got to learn to like segment empathy, telepathy, energy from others, your own ego, your own mind, and spirit's voice. So we kind of wanted to come on today and kind of help you guys distinguish, is it really from spirit or not, and how to really strengthen that connection to spirit so that you connect with them all the time. And so with that, welcome everyone. I do want to, of course, let you guys know that we have a few spots left in our spiritual growth mastermind. It's a powerful mastermind that's going to activate your connection with your own individual spiritual gift and guide now. And then from there, you get 2 more months with us to really fine tune and hone in on your gifts. Ultimately, so that at the end of 3 months, you know how to channel your spiritual gift, your own spirit guide on a daily basis. So it's integrated in your life. So if you guys would like that, I'm going to put a link in the comments. And it's also in the description as well. And we have a painful option of payment plan because we want to make this available to everyone. But again, if you're really looking for spiritual growth, to be able to channel your own spirit guide now, not 2 years of third eye awakening and chakra balancing and traveling to the Himalayan mountains to meditate in ultra peace and quiet. Like, we're talking now. You get Bobby and I both of us the first Monday of every week. Then you deep dive with Bobby, moving past new limited beliefs or thought patterns that are holding you back. And then you get me the third Monday of every week, and you get the cohort too to really learn. And so with that, hello everyone. Again, please meet my co-host. You guys know her, Bobby G.
Yes, hello everybody. And we are most excited, Gregory popping in here, to be able to come through to raise the vibration of each and every one of you so that you can begin to feel the energy of our input more profoundly, so that you can notice when our information is coming through separately from when you are just thinking. There's much that goes on in the thinking that is repetitive, where you think the same thoughts over and over all day long, or all week long, or all year long. Those are the thinking thoughts. The energy of spirit is that wisdom. And the reason we work with you so powerfully when we're doing these YouTubes and the Facebooks and all the rest of it is that in the moments you're here with Bobby and Kelly, you have 2 people who have studied and worked and manifested the ability to channel this information. And in their presence, if you will breathe and focus and center and pay attention to your own body while you're on these calls, while you're in this milieu, you will begin to notice energy. And that's Very important so that you can feel what it feels like to be in alignment. And when you're in alignment, that means you're tapped into spirit. It's very different than when you're just thinking about stuff. So we are thrilled to be able to be a part of this, for this is how we move each of you individually forward and the human race as a whole forward. So that's our hello, my darlings.
Okay, my spirit team wanted to expand on a part that Bobby and Gregory. And then we promise we'll get back to the chat room and channel for a few of you individually and ask your own questions about your own spiritual gifts. But yeah, so what we most particularly want to express appreciation and love about Gregory and Bobby's message was the wisdom part. The repetitive thoughts, it's your ego, it's you need to learn law of attraction to what you think about, what you focus on is what you get. If you're thinking about it repetitively, it is your point of attraction is how we would word it. And you have to decide, is this thing that I'm thinking about, does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Does it feel satisfying? Does it feel dissatisfying? If it feels satisfying, keep thinking it because that's what you're going to call into your life. Anytime you feel dissatisfaction, that's a huge indicator that you are not in alignment with your inner being. Your inner being is thinking, going towards, momentum towards what it is you do want to experience. When you feel bad, it's an indicator that you're not caught up to speed with what you want vibrationally. So from that, when you leapfrog to hearing messages from spirit, it has that feeling in your body, that clarity, not the message and then worry why it can't happen, why it can't happen, why it can't happen, worry, worry, worry. It has that, okay, that's my next step. And you'll feel a sensation in your body. Like, okay, that's my next step. It may not be what I would like. That may not be the obvious next step for me to get what I want. But I see how that will help me get what I want. It's that wisdom of you may not, the next best step for you may not, you may not be able to see the cherry. You may not be able to see the treasure chest. And so from that, we'll give you an example. We think an example will highlight this a little bit better. And one of Kelly's clients, she came to her with, I'd love to manifest a book client. And with that, the information that came from us through Kelly to her was, go live on a product. It's about $200, but go live on it. From there, what that did, she was a little upset. She was like, I have to pitch a $200 product. I want a $10,000 product. She did not like what she heard, but we always deliver to you guys the path of least resistance. The next step, 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 the next step. So we always deliver you the next little step you could take to get there. And we're not saying it has to take 100 steps to get there. We're saying sometimes when you take that one step, you can then take a quantum leap. Because from there, that's what the path of least resistance truly, truly means. If we were to channel through Kelly to her, go live, you'll get a client, here's your topic. She would have, it's not that easy. That's not how it works. A book is a bigger deal. So we delivered it to her to get the book deal and the path of least resistance. She started going live about scribing, about this, about that. And from that, it opened up her vibrations. She did about 3 Facebook Lives in a day. She got so much positive feedback from people, AKA her inner being and spirit was looking out for her. And from that, she went, well, wait a second. If I move past this fear of visibility, I might as well mention that I'm a book scribe as well. Like, it's the same amount of work to pitch the same thing. And from that, she did 2 to 3 weeks of visibility. Someone had an opening or request. You're like, oh, I've just seen lives from this girl who does that. Here, let me tag you in one of her posts. Bada bing, bada boom, she got her client. So that's kind of what we'd like to kind of separate a little bit from. Sometimes when you hear from us, if you don't like the answer, if you don't see how get your end result, you push it away. Kind of like your mother telling you, hey, eat the veggies for the strong bones. You may not want to hear, like when you're feeling sick, honey, have you been eating your vegetables? No, you want the hug in the moment that don't worry, you're going to get it tomorrow. You're going to get it tomorrow when you tend to your overall vortex. And with that, we'd love to hear if Bobby has anything more to say or jump right into questions from the group.
Well, I'm going to out me. This is Bobby coming through. to give you a human perspective on this. Normally, when I'm going to do Facebook Lives, or I'm going to do my Blog Talk Radio, or when I'm going to do anything where I'm channeling, I am instructed not to drink coffee. Okay. But this morning, I didn't listen to that. I decided I needed energy. And one of the reasons this is so important is because, boy, did it ever remind me. For Gregory to come through a minute ago was really a challenge because my mind was ping-ponging all over the place. And I've done this for 30 years, so I was able to breathe and let them through. But after they were through, I started ping-ponging again, listening to Kelly and having trouble focusing. Paying attention to your energy and allowing yourself to flow, paying attention to what you put in your body as well as what you think. Because when you create situations where you're wound up through caffeine, through nervousness, through people who upset you, from circumstances, from watching news, anything that creates that in your life is a challenge for spirit to get through. Because what happens, and I've been experiencing this morning, so I can speak clearly, I'll ask and then I'll go, blah, 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 and then it's like, hold it. How do I let spirit through? And I wasn't even aware I was cutting spirit off until I came here. And what happens when I come here is the desire of you and your energy, the people listening and the people who will watch it later. All of the energy is here right now. That pulls me past my Bobby and allows the spirit of Gregory to come through and channel the messages. So I was able to go, wow, that's why they told me to stop doing caffeine. So just pay attention to what you put in your environment, in your thinking, in your body, and allow yourself those moments of breathing. Normally, Kelly and Bobby, Gregory coming through. Normally, Kelly and Bobby do the 3 cleansing breaths before they do most of what they do with people. Sometimes on the lives, they jump right in because they've practiced enough. But when they're doing their individual private readings or their individual work with you or their group work with you, usually there's the 3 cleansing breaths to align their energy, to slow you down to listen, and for us to create a vortex of energy, of connection past the mind's thinking there's any distance between all of you. That is so important. If you never learn anything else from these 2 wonderful women, if you only learn to breathe 3 times, center and focus and allow, that is profoundly important. But we don't want you to miss the rest of what we have to offer either.
It literally is, guys, as simple as 3 breaths once you've kind of activated your gift and done a little bit of meditating. Okay, so I want to take a quick moment to share with you guys an additional way that you can work with us more in depth to really activate your gift now. And that is, Bobby and I have a 3-month spiritual mastermind. You can stay, you can re-enroll for as long as you want support, but it's really to activate your spiritual gift now, activate your connection to your spirit guide now. All of our students to date have all walked away with being able to channel with. They're now, like, I now channel Concha yoga instructor. I now channel my guide almost daily. And I'm meeting a few new ones too, who helps me with my business. Pamela, who's a woman's empowerment coach, is also like meeting Harry, meeting my spirit guide for the first time, brought tears of joy and shivers of joy all throughout my body. I can't thank you enough for this experience. And the list goes on. But so if you guys are really ready to activate it now, not spend years and years and years studying thousands of books, a lot of third eye opening, crown chakra opening, meditations. If you're ready to meet your spirit guide now, you'll want to definitely be in on this spiritual mastermind. There's a link to it in the description, and there's also a link to it in the live chat that I just posted in there. So that's if you guys just want more in-depth support. It comes with 3 group calls a month. One, you deep dive with both Bobby and I to really activate. Bobby 1 week and me another week. So you just really get this accelerated spiritual growth that feels good in the meantime.
And 1 week off to integrate. And we want to speak to that week off to integrate, because all of what you're learning is of value. And when you hear it, you believe you're remembering all of it. but you only remember a percentage of it. What really incorporates this information into your being and allows you is the practice of the various techniques they're going to be giving. It's the integration of what they're saying and the utilization. And we're going to give a personal experience from Bobby today. Was listening to one of Kelly's YouTube lives on manifesting abundance and wealth. And as she was listening, we had her stop it and do this process that she does to help her work through considerations that we will teach people about in our mastermind also. And so she would listen to what Kelly had to say, process what was coming up for her, and go back to what Kelly was saying. It's the integration of the information and your application that is so powerfully important. And that week that you're off, we don't want you to think that you're off. We're still working with you. We never stop working with you from the moment you sign up forever. We never stop working with you. The minute you tap in with us and give us permission, we're there with you. Kelly and Bobby are merely your introduction to this process that will happen for you. We just want to share that.
Yeah, God, these are just such good points you're bringing up, Bobby and Gregory. So I kind of want to let you guys know what that looks like on the human, the practical level, is that when you go through rapid vibrational shifts, your physical reality also changes. And the best example I can give you with that is like a dating example and a business example. In dating, you might go from being the girl who just says, oh my God, I've got attention from men coming and I have to say yes to whatever he invites me to. If you go through an activation series and really activate that sense of, no, this is what I'd like to experience when I'm with a man, there's going to be a point where you start saying no to previous things that you said yes to. And there'll be a point where you start saying yes to things that you used to say no to. So you become like a whole new person. Those dates and then you'll have this moment of like, did I just say no to a guy? So that's what that week of integration is. As much as it's still the energetic shifts, it's you recognizing, whoa, I'm now the girl who only says yes to dates that I really want to go on. Wow, I'm now the person who charges the rate that they said. I'm now the person that informs people, hey, that's actually not part of the package that you purchased. This is what you purchased. Is it still what you'd like? Or would you like the upgraded version? Instead of giving away a freebie, you go through these rapid shifts. So it's really ready for rapid shifts. Bobby, any comments, or can we just dive into the chat room?
Let's start doing our chatting.
All right, so let's say hi to some people. We got Jennifer in the house. We got J-Lo. Oh, we got good old Janice who's saying, hey, Kelly, heart, heart, heart. And hey, Bobby, heart, heart, heart.
Thank you.
Janice, love you bunches. Jennifer Kennedy's in the house. Danielle, D's Divine Guidance. Guys, her Reiki is amazing. If you guys are in my Facebook group, she just did this one this morning about opening to more love and really like opening to more love, new love, or reigniting that spark. I highly recommend her yoga. It's in my Facebook group. It's probably somewhere in the description of this group, but check her out. It'll be from Danielle in there. Hey, Hilama, I need your help. Oh, good. We will definitely do our best to help you. Thanks for joining in. We got Sierra saying we look so amazing today. And Gentle Child, good morning. Oh, Ebony is here. Ebony's
Hi, Ebony. One of our class people. Hi, darling.
Yeah, you're going to be meeting with Bobby in just a few hours. Ebony, how's it going? How's your spirit guide going? I don't think did.
Yes, she has.
She did. Do you recall the names right now? I'm forgetting.
Oh, no, that's too much.
I was just channeling for a private client and I saw 3 main spirit guides and then 5 supporting those 3 and then a team of 33. 3 of them were archangels sending. And I was like, I can't remember all of these names. We got Felicia in the house. Hey, Felicia. Okay, great. We got our first question from Yvette. Good morning. Can my inner being be a female energy? I feel mine is a female name, Phoebe. Okay. So your inner being, I just want to clarify a little bit of terminology here because then it will make a little bit more sense. So an inner being and a spirit guide is a tiny bit different. Your inner being is the internal spirit guide within you. So the energy of your inner being is you at your most vibrant self, you who's happy, who's joyful, who's getting the next thing after the next thing. You're getting the ideas and you're acting on them and you're getting great results. It's you at your finest, at your prime, at your most in alignment. It's your own internal spirit guide. So your own internal spirit guide, it's not really masculine or feminine because it's the whole composite of you, and you at every point is a new vibrational set point. When you're in alignment and feeling great, you're caught up to speed with your inner being. If you're feeling a little bad, that means your inner being, the part of you that always knows how to get what you want, your own internal spirit guide, your own internal fairy godmother. It means that you're thinking a thought that's taking you away from your goal, get caught up to speed. So a spirit guide is, the best way that I would describe it is it's the inner being who's like stayed in spirit land for a while and doesn't have a physical kind of, I'll use the word reincarnation right now. So it's you, like, think of it, guys, like you call your friends on the human level on a phone. Your spirit guide is when you take that moment to get quiet and centered and you feel your body just relax and get a little bit the higher vibration that you're feeling. That is the same thing as pulling out your phone and hitting dial. Only instead of dialing a physical friend to speak with your mouth and listen with your ears, you're getting quiet to tap into the vibration of your inner being, which always feels good, so that you can then talk to your spirit guides, your friends in source land. You got friends in human land, you got friends in source land. Okay, but with that, Bobby, do you want to add any comments on a spirit guide once it's crossed over, if that's the word you want to use?
Well, or we're never here. Spirit guides, Gregory has never been in physical human form. Okay, it's energy that's out in the universe. We would describe it a little bit different, Kelly, because we know that people think their spirit is in them, but really you're in your spirit.
Ooh.
You have a spirit that is bigger than you are, that you reside in. That's your higher self. That's your expansive self. And when you're tapped into that, it feels like it's in the middle of you because we use the core of your body, the chakra alignments, to communicate with you. But you're within this spiritual energy that is your higher self, the you that chose to come and be physical. And when the reason why this is important is when you're in touch with that energy, there's this higher being, that energy is out in the ethers, tapping into the spiritual energy that is guides and all that is available in the universe. And your ability to be in the knowing of that. Now, if you need to feel like your spirit is inside of you, go for it. We have no problem with that. But we want you to begin to expand the concept that you're existing in an energy that is bigger than you believe you are, and that energy has the capacity to be able to move into, through, and blend with the wisdom that is your spirit guide. Because when you blend with the wisdom is how the information is communicated. It's like electricity.
Oh my God, I just came up with the best human analogy ever. Okay. Thank you, Bobby and Gregory, for that clarification of my word choice there. Your own, I'm so curious what your reaction to this is going to be, Bobby. Your inner being is your internal Google. It's your internal, you know how you go to your computer, open your computer, and you get on Google and how do I make grilled steak? How do I make cheesecake? How do I do this? And you get all these results and you get well, I like this one. Oh, I don't like that way. Let me see if I could do it a different way. Do it yourself projects. There's so many different ways you can paint a wall. Your inner being, your internal Google system will be like, you can paint it this way. No, I want it a little bit more like this. And then your inner being will continuously give you a new search. It's your access to source.
I like that. I like that.
It's your internal Google, guys. That is such a good way to say that. I'm going to go ahead and, hey, Shay, hey, Trista, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down some of the more recent comments because I want to make sure that we're channeling for people who are still alive. But I love all these questions because there's someone who's looking for a reboot of their gifts. Jayan's in the house. Hey, Jayan. I'm going to scroll down to some more questions that are a little bit more recent. So I love you all. Hey, Holly's in the house. Felicia's in the house. Ooh. Oh, Bobby, I'm so curious what you, Gregory, will say about this one. Do you know who Cryon is?
Yes.
Okay. Is Gregory like Cryon?
Okay. This is a huge, huge question. But yes, very similar. Gregory, Cryon, Abraham, we call each other brothers. But in reality, We're all part of the energy that is working with humankind. And we come through in different names to different individuals because it vibrates for some reason, the name vibrates in a way that you can hear it. And the message that each of us is delivering through each of the individuals we come through are messages to help humankind, this particular experience called life on planet Earth, excel and move into a higher vibration than it has ever moved before. And we work with whoever is drawn to us. We had somebody give Bobby the crayon books and the crayon cards about 7 years ago. And she finally picked them up and started reading them about a month ago and going, oh, wow, this is really cool. And we said, yes. So the energies are all very similar. And those of you who are drawn to this here, it makes sense that you're drawn to Abraham, you're drawn to Cryon, you're drawn to Bobby G, you're drawn to Kelly. There are so many different individuals. Each one has a piece of what you need to know to help expand you. So experience all of them. It's good information.
Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of half Kelly, half us right now, the guys that she has more prominent access to. That's what we would like to call it, guys, because we love Kelly's analogy that it's your friends in spirit land, because it literally is. And so think of, there's spirit guides up here. There's humans down here on earth. You guys probably just want to go and have fun. You want to be kids. You want to go out and enjoy. As you're an adult, you just want to go out and enjoy. So you call people to try to make that happen. Some people find that joy through music, playing instruments. Some people find that joy through dancing. Some people find that joy through expressing Reiki. Some people find that joy through channeling for others. Some find it being a doctor. Some find it being a lawyer. This is how we want to play and contribute to this playground. So it's the same up here. There's spirit guides like the Abraham entity, energy, whatever word you want to put to it, is really good at helping people get into the vibration of receiving, the vibration of allowing, so that you allow in an overall sense of amazing well-being that then tends to allow in that allows in everything else that you desire. But then there's energies like Gregory, and then Kelly, like she kind of goes by George. Sometimes she channels Abraham. Abraham does the vibrational work. George, his energy is very grounded. He's like, I want to give people the practical steps. Hey, you need to raise your rates. Hey, you need to do a Facebook Live. Hey, this is the human level fear holding you back from doing your Facebook Lives. Chop, chop, let's go. Then there's another spirit guide, Damien, who loves working with empaths, really loves helping people. Hello, Holly. I love helping people tap into their own emotions more than ever before and feeling safe to express it. Every spirit guide goal is to help you enjoy life more. We help you access that joy through different vehicles. And so we want to highlight the difference between like Kelly and Bobby. Bobby look at them, they're stark contrast different human beings. Kelly's like, she always uses them. She's like, sometimes I just feel like I'm a dog chasing a car. She goes for that manifestation after manifestation after manifestation. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know that my inner being is telling me to do this. And she listens to it. People look at her oftentimes stunned, like, how did you do that? How did you pull that off? And Kelly's like, I don't need to know. It's my inner being. I was listening to my inner being, man, because she just follows that. When she hits a hurdle, though, that's when she tends to get stuck, as you'd call it. But that's where Bobby comes in. She has this amazing ability to come with like, oh, let's soothe that over so that you can keep going forward. Whereas George is, do a Facebook Live, do a Facebook Live, do a YouTube video, do this. Here's your topic to go live on. Here's how to write your sales copy. If you get to the sales copy and a fear comes up, then that's when the Gregory energy comes in, because he loves helping passing fear. So we hope that answers your guys' questions enough. They're saying, whew, God, I love channeling.
Me too. That's why we do this. And to help everybody.
And the questions that you guys ask are just amazing. And you pull out more information than I would have even thought to have asked my spirit guides.
And Gregory coming through, part of the reason they're here is we invite them. Bobby says we nag, but we invite them a lot to be here available for you, because we have such joy participating in this, helping all of you grow. If you could see the energy of each of you as you listen And as you expand into this knowing, whew, just trust us and imagine your energy right now expanded out feet of feet while you're doing this.
Oh my God, there's so many good questions in here. And the chat box is so small, I can't even see them all the way. Oh, Ebony was commenting she doesn't know the names yet, but I definitely feel them. Oh, Ebony, how good does that feel?
Yes.
Hey, Holly just climbed out of the garden. Oh, Monique's here. Hey, Monique.
Hey, girl.
There were a couple questions that I wanted to make sure we get answered. Trista, I want to channel. Trista, if you're ready to channel now, definitely consider joining our mastermind. It's everyone to date has, after 3 months of working with us, been able to meet their spirit guide, feel them, and at the end of 3 months, be able to communicate with them on like a daily integrated level. Which here's a good one. It kind of leads right. Good question after what I just stated. I was very clairaudient as a kid, had vivid dreams. Intuition was very sharp, but as I've grown older, I guess I've blocked it out for now. How do I go about reawakening them? I'm going to say some human level stuff first and then see what Gregory has to say. I guess when I'm in like the logistical mode, it's kind of flipping back and forth between channel and comments is a little interesting. You are never blocked. You are never blocked. You are never blocked. That's like saying your lungs are blocked from breathing. You always have access to air. Your lungs might get an infection, which make it a little bit more effort. Oh, I don't want to use the word effort. A little bit more energy put into breathing. Same thing as when you have a spiritual gift and you like have something emotionally happen that you didn't like, that tends to drop you down as if you caught like ammonia in your lungs. It's all about tending back to the emotions to bring them into alignment. It's an emotional guidance list. You can just Google it, emotional guidance list. It's like 1 through 22. So most of the time when you're connecting to your spirit, you're at a high vibration. You're at 3, 4 and up, at least 7 and up, contentment, happy, eagerness. And when you drop, it's the same thing as like going into an area with your cell phone that has low reception service. I love my analogies. If you drive to a place of low reception service, it takes a little bit more effort to find the spot that has like, oh, right here in this little 3x3 area, I have reception. I'm going to stand here and make my phone call. Same thing when your emotions differ. Something like if you get in a fight with your husband, or if, I don't know, you get fired, like something big happens, it just kind of drops your emotional state. You have to, if you're going to walk around to get the cell phone reception, you're going to spend more time meditating and soothing your emotions to get back up to the higher vibrational state so that you hear them again. So it's not that you're blocked off. It's that I lost connection for now and I'm ready to hear them again. And do you want me to channel on it, Bobby, or do you want to?
Well, I'm half Bobby, half Gregory here. Let us add to what Kelly had to say, Gregory coming through, that reaching for a better thought can be of value, and it's a beginning place. And where we utilize Bobby's skills from therapy and from the process her husband has developed to help clear away blocks that you're unconscious about. Because just in your question, we are very clear that the capacity was powerful. Something happened that you're not conscious of. A program came into being where a decision was made that you were going to limit your ability to tune into the channel that you were channeling in before. Can I
dive in?
Yeah.
So what that looks like on the human level, guys, such a good point, is I can't channel, I'm feeling low vibe. Oh, I can't channel, my mom's in town. That's what your thoughts create, wisdom creates your reality. So you had something you didn't enjoy happen that kind of took you out, and you're now using it as you're repeating that thought, like, oh, but I need to meditate 3 hours a day to be able to channel. That was the biggest thing that I learned, because Gregory and Bobby, they were my first life coach ever, and also the person who taught me how to channel. And once I started doing it professionally, the biggest thing that Bobby and Gregory taught me was Kelly, you don't need to like release that thought that you need to meditate 3 hours a day. I went on a 2-year journey where I meditated 3 hours a day. That's how I grew so quickly spiritually. But then I use that as a limiting belief. No, Bobby, you don't understand. In order for me to channel, I need to meditate 3 hours. She's like, give it a try, darling. Cut to an hour and a half. Cut to 45 minutes. Cut to 15 minutes a day. Okay. So I just had to show people what that looks like on the practical level.
Yes. So, and until Kelly became aware that that belief was in the way, she couldn't move past the block. And so whatever's going on for you, well, we're already going into processes. We have several processes that we would give you. Were you in one of our classes, but we don't want to take up the whole show giving process. Well, we could. No, we're not going to.
We could give one if you want.
Okay, let's give one processing. When you notice that you're blocked like this, it's a very simple one. It's one column is, what are the reasons I think that I'm not being able to channel? Why did I turn that off? What are my fears of channeling? The next is looking at, is any of that true? Why is it true? Why is it not true? And then the third column is, what would I rather believe? So that's allowing you to work through the processes. We have another one that we'll get at a deeper level, but for the surface level level blockages, the three
Bobby,
is what we
walk me through that one time. So in the first column, like we're just going to do a live example, guys, so that you can play this out in your personal life, unless you want to do it on a live as well. So what was the first column, Bobby? The
first column is, what do you think is between you and channeling?
Okay, so for me, what do I think is between? I will admit, guys, sometimes okay, what's something that I have trouble with channeling, or the next area of expanding to my new norm?
There we go. Choose what works for you, Kelly.
I think that sometimes I'm cheating if I talk to my spirit guides daily and just live in that synchronistic flow. So I will sometimes not meditate on purpose. That involves meditating with my guides to connect just for myself. And sometimes that also involves doing my 15-minute meditation just for overall happiness. Because then I start to feel bad and but for my clients, when it comes to my clients, I meditate the 30 minutes beforehand, 15 minutes beforehand, and I make sure I'm high vibe and I get them the information. When it comes to me, my belief is I can't channel for myself because it's cheating.
Okay. Second column. Is that a true statement?
No.
Simple answer, huh? Third column.
You don't understand, Gregory.
No, don't argue for it. Don't argue for it. That's very important key. We're glad we're doing this live. Don't argue for why that no is true. Your automatic answer was, no, it's not true. Third column, what would you rather believe? That's where we want your energy.
I would rather believe that, your spirit guide, they're my best friends. They're literally amongst my best friends, and they've always got my back. And it is something that I spent time crafting, developing. I'm justifying why it's okay. Is that okay, Bobby?
Yes, because you're putting energy in the positive.
Okay. I mean, I started meditating since I've been younger. I would always just sit down and be like, I want to go play with my best friends when I was younger. And then as I got older, I hit that period where it was frowned upon. So I stopped, but then I actively on my own, restarted it. And
how did you feel when you restarted it? What was the difference in the energy when you stopped it and when you restarted it?
Okay. All right. Y'all are going to like this story. So when I stopped it, life just started sucking, guys. I would literally in college, guys, I was that student who would never show up, but I would intuitively kind of go to which classes do I actually need to go to? I would just go to the ones that I really needed to go to pass my test with B's to A's. And as I was writing papers, I was just in the flow with my spirit guides, man, having fun, doing coursework, learning people. College was a blast and a huge emotional learning curve. And then I turned it off and I started working in toxic work environments. I was always in fear of losing my job. I was accepting any treatment from men. It was the bubonic plague. I was always wondering, am I going to make enough money to pay rent the next month? And then I finally just went.
So don't spend a whole lot of time there. Go into, you're repeating the story that got you stuck. Go into when you decided Watch the process here, my darlings. It's really easy to get caught in that middle column. It's easy to get caught in the first column on why you can't. The second column in justifying. Where you want to move over is to the column where you're going, this is my truth from now on. So that when you start hearing those other two stories, this one's the one you've practiced the most powerfully. So give us why.
Okay.
The good.
Okay. God, thank you for stopping me, Bobby. What immediately happened once I started reconnecting with my spirit, I'm like, all right, guys, come on back in my life. So everyone, it's just, I'm ready, guys. They'll start sending you the meditations that raise your vibrations to hear them easily again. I was channeling them again, and I quit a job, left a boyfriend, and I took off on an epic 2-year traveling journey.
And how did that feel to move from that blocked energy into the positive? Remember to stick with the feeling of expansion that you want to manifest.
It was amazing. I felt like I was living my life in Candyland.
Yes.
I literally felt like, wait, I can enjoy Colorado. I can enjoy Arkansas. I can enjoy Maine. I can enjoy going here. Who wants me to come stay with them now? Like, a red carpet was rolled out for me. Those two guys. I traveled, made it all the way to Tennessee. The company was starting to go under. So I was one of the people laid off when I was in Tennessee. And I thought, I am so close to Maine, but I literally just paid off my credit card. And I think I only had like $5,000 in savings maybe. So definitely not enough to like be able to burn through hotels and everything every night. And no income coming in. I just thought like, okay, spirit, like I'm feeling Maine. Is this still the right step for me? And they said yes. And I went and I asked them back, like, I would love to feel safe and secure as I do this. My mind, do you see how Kelly's mind there? And it didn't go to column 1 or column 2 like Bobby. It's saying it went straight to column 3, like, okay, I would love to do this. I want to get to Maine. I really want that experience. I'm going to feel like Indiana Jones. I'm going to feel like an explorer. And then she went to, I would love to feel safe while I do it. I would love to know that I'm going to have a roof over my head. I really want that comfortable feeling of knowing that even though money's not coming in, that I'm going to be okay food-wise and apartment-wise. And she clarified with us, said, and by the way, guys up there, I'm not talking about camping on the roadside. I'm talking about beds and nice beds, comfortable beds in wonderful prime locations. From there, okay, they're saying I can tell you the story now. So from there, after that meditation, I came home and I walked in to someone on a video call with the person I was staying with at the time, inviting me to their place, Tennessee to Boston. Like, that's only a 6-hour drive. Come here. And I thought, I don't have to pay for hotels. I have to pay for my gas. That's pretty secure. That's pretty comfortable. And I could stay there 2-3 weeks. Like, all right, spirit, but I need a little more than 2 to 3 weeks. 6 hours later, I got a call from a friend I haven't heard from in 2 hours. And he said, are you still traveling? You need to, I'm in New York, Manhattan, New York, 6 blocks from Central Park. And I'm here for another 3 months before I move back to California. You should have the experience if you're still traveling. And I went, got it. I'm good for 2 months. I'm going. Well, in Manhattan, New York, guys, there are 2 blocks in downtown New York that have free parking. Guess who pulled right on into a spot and had free parking the entire month I was there? Okay, enough of that.
Yes.
Story.
Excellent example, though, that and excellent work through of the processes for people to see.
Right. Sorry, guys. Okay, do you have anything to comment, Bobby? Or
the only thing we want to add is we have given that process out in YouTube Lives, Facebook Lives, Blog Talk. But the advantage of being able to walk through it with somebody like we just did with Kelly is what happens on the private readings and on our mastermind, is that when we do that, we can walk you through your energy. That's what we want to do. That's why we promote all of these things, is we want to help walk you through your energy blocks and the process. Because when you're in the middle, you can do some of this sitting down and writing it yourself. And we encourage it because Bobby's done huge reams by herself when she didn't have anybody to guide her but us. But when you're in the presence of somebody who's done it already, it happens faster and they can stop you when you're caught in your own story. It's your story that keep you stuck, my darlings. Listen to the stories you tell. They're the ones that keep you stuck. Change the story, you change your life.
There are so many amazing comments and great info, by the way, Bobby and Gregory.
Yes.
Don't even, whoa, there are literally so many great questions in here. How do you pick one?
Breathe into it and choose it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Spirit, you guide me. Oh, there's so many comments. Oh, geez, I'm having a limited thought there, guys. There's so many comments I can't choose. AK, I'm having a hard time choosing.
Good catching, Kelly. That's for the Bobby. Yay, girl.
Okay. We're gonna, yeah. Guys, that's how it works. Okay. Dee's Divine Guidance, our amazing Reiki healer in the group. Danielle, what's up? Do you have an issue with memory? I feel like I cannot remember anything, and I'm wondering if it's because I'm connecting more often than not. Is that a grounding issue? Okay. Oh, that's such jam-packed info. Do you mind if I dissect it first a little bit, Bobby?
Go right ahead, my darling.
Okay. Do you have an issue with memory? Okay. Actually, let me comment on the last part of that. Is this a grounding issue? Do you see how your mind is already immediately drawn to the problem instead of the solution? Two ends of a stick. I don't have my wand on me today, guys. But the process that Bobby just walked you through in law of attraction terms, it's called you have a stick. What you don't want, what you want. I want this. I don't have it. Problem. Is it because I'm not grounding? Oh, I'm not grounding. Maybe that's why I don't get it. And then you're on the rampage that you saw me on that Bobby pulled me out of. You got to go to the solution, number one, that I see with that. The other part, so now I want to answer do you have an issue with memory? Okay. Do you have an issue with memory? Do you see how you're still stating, I'm not remembering everything, so there must be an issue with my memory. I may not remember. No. I would like to recall more of my thoughts. I'd like to recall more of how I feel, more of what my guides say while I'm channeling. That's focusing on the solution. Because from there, I do want to answer the question about memory. So for me, when I channel, but keep in mind, that's because Kelly has this she had it as a thought, now it's her belief system. When she channels, she always refers to it as it's like a conversation that happened 10 years ago. So when I kind of get out of channel mode, as she calls it, she kind of comes to, and the conversation was fresh for them, but for her, she's like, oh, it's like one that happened 10 years ago. So if she goes back and recalls, she's like, oh, right, this and this and this was said. So it's not that you have a memory issue, it's how you choose to access it or not access it. Okay, but there's a second component of that too. Sometimes in terms of memory, if you don't fully remember the experience, it can also mean, because it's like a huge vibrational leap. It is a huge vibrational leap. It's a quantum leap in the terms of sometimes you will kind of go to sleep and you meditate because your physical body, your ego mind has hit whoa, this is as much energy as I can handle right now. So it kind of depends what you mean by memory, now being able to recall what you experience when you channel.
So when you channel, half Bobby, half Gregory here. When I'm channeling, the egoic mind believes it's hearing this stuff. And I can run into somebody a while longer. We like Kelly's analogy that it's like a call you had 10 years ago. Because people will say, Gregory said blah, 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 or you said blah, 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 blah. And I don't get that information. It's not encoded in my long-term memory. If you understand the workings of the brain, long-term memory encodes what it needs to encode for your life. And if you're channeling for somebody else, you don't need that information for your life. The parts of it that I remember is if I'm channeling for Kelly and something I'm channeling for her is germane to me, that part of the channeling will stay in my brain. And then Kelly will say, Bobby, do you remember when you said, so many times Kelly will be talking about stuff that Gregory has told her. And my Bobby brain's going, oh, they told her that? I didn't. Oh, that's really cool. Gee, I wish I'd have been there. And
my favorite now, guys, switching topics really quick.
Go right ahead.
Bobby and I now will kind of like channel for each other, and we do it recorded. So sometimes I'll go back and be like, oh my God, like Gregory just gave me the most amount of love I've ever experienced in my life. She'll be like, wait, what? Weren't we talking about X, Y, Z? I was like, yeah, that's what we were. But I went back and listened. And now that I'm a new vibrational being, I heard something different. And this is what they were saying. And she was like, I got to go check. So now we kind of just have fun seeing what our spirit guides have said to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I always get a hoot out of that. Sorry, did I interrupt something?
Oh,
Bobby?
no. We had said it. We had said it.
Okay, it just kind of got me thinking that direction right now. Okay, guys, we got about 5 minutes left. So what we want to do, and Yvette, thank you so much for that support. Fist bump. That will keep these happening. Okay, the spiritual mastermind. So if you are ready to be able to get all of your questions answered and join us, it's a small, intimate group. I think are we limited to 6 right now, Bobby? Is that
6? Well, we're not limited at all. The maximum was going to be 10, but we're shooting for 6 right now.
Okay, so we're aiming for 6. So there's 4 spots left then. If you guys would like to be part of a 3-month spiritual mastermind, I'm putting the link in the chat room now. And with that, we are going to limit it to 6 for right now until we see how it goes and if we get hands more on a phone call.
Good point.
For an hour, the first, second, and third week of the month, where we just activate each of your spiritual gifts, move you past those blocks with ease, and get you your next step so that you're just on rapid ascension to integrate your spirit guides in your lives now and integrate that higher vibrational state now so that you kind of do cheat, as I would call it, and get the answers from your spirit guides from your internal Google system. Okay, there was another good question I thought we could. Jessica J, I feel like I'm blocking myself from letting things manifest. I'm also thinking to get the Haynesville manifesting thing. Any advice? Yeah, Jessica. So rewatch this replay because we covered a lot of manifestation tips in here, and there were a lot of great, phenomenal questions. 2, you can go to my website, kellylunt.com, and on the free guidance page, I have a series that will send you the practical steps of steps 1 through 5 of Law of Attraction. You'll just get an email a day for 5 days that break down the vibrational and the practical steps of each step. Those are 2 ways to work on that right now. So Danielle was saying makes sense. Perfect, Danielle. You're so welcome, Yvette. Let's get one more question in. Yeah, Bobby, you're just going to channel a wind-up message.
We'll do one, and then the wind-up message takes 2 seconds. You know what Gregory says. Okay.
I love what Gregory says it, though. Okay, Shay. Oh, I'm wondering, is this okay? Yeah, George said yes. So Shay, yeah, I'm in a toxic environment right now, so it's hard to concentrate. This is going back to what we previously answered, guys, about limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, justifying using excuses as to listing all the reasons why you can't have what you want. Like, whoa, my work environment is not enjoyable right now. Oh, hold on, they're telling me to tell you a story. Are they going to tell you? So when Kelly gave you that story of those toxic environments that Kelly was in, Bobby helped pull her out of that energy. She finally learned to view it as what she did because she was low vibrational. She realized, I need to get higher vibes so that I can communicate with my guides like easier. I know that I can communicate with them now, but I don't want to go walking around looking for cell service. I just want to be integrated in my life. So she worked on her vibrations overall. And instead of, oh my God, there's that sexual harassment guy again. Oh, there's that boss who always yells at me. There's that boss. Does that guy ever smile? Does he just not go on date? Like, why is this guy yelling at me all the time? She started going in like, wait a second. I'm a zookeeper and I work at a zoo. And that is a little cub who's trying to jump a 10-foot wall. No wonder why he's always grumpy. He's always trying and not getting over the wall. And that's the lion who sometimes doesn't get dinner. Is he hangry right now? She didn't speak about the specifics of the environment. She went straight into, okay, you're the lion who sometimes doesn't get fed. I totally get it. Here, let me bring you in some food. She started bringing one boss in some food. His mood chipped up. Mm-hmm. Instead of speaking specifically about it, it was all right, I'm a zookeeper. And then she created in her workspace, she was, shall we say, lucky. She does call herself a lucky bee sometimes, that she had a receptionist curve kind of desk. So she really did get to back it into a wall. And what she did, because it was a receptionist style desk that had like a desk, a wall, and a topper, she lined that whole line with gemstones. And she was, I'm the zookeeper. That out there is the zoo. And their zoo is out there on this side of the wall. I experience X, Y, Z, and this and that. And when people would walk up to her, she positioned her deck so no one could really walk behind her. She would just be sitting there smiling as someone was potentially yelling because she built that force field. You guys can do the same for yourselves. Are you going to notice all the reasons why you can't, like, because that boss yells at me, I can't speak to my spirit guide? Or you're like, all right, let me do some things that will give me reasons to believe, reasons to argue in favor of me getting what I want. Well, I have rose quartz, clear coats, obsidian, like Their energy's out there. My energy isn't here. And George is like elbowing, saying, have we made our point clear enough? So Shay, if you have any last questions or comments on that, let us know.
The only thing we want to add is notice what Kelly did. She did not hold on to the toxic environment has me stuck. She didn't give the power to the environment or the people in it. She empowered herself by choosing better words, better thoughts, and by looking at that environment was a huge lesson for her to grow from that she's used multiple times since then on how to navigate when she's in an environment where if she were to believe the environment had the power, she would be powerless. But Kelly doesn't do that. She owns her ability to learn from that and grow from that. There was a wonderful saying we loved on one of the Oprahs that Bobby was listening to. How do you know you're where you need to be? Because that's where you are. If you know, no matter what's happening, that you're where you need to be, then you're empowered to begin to do what Kelly did, to make choices and decisions to move yourself forward. You're never stuck unless you choose it.
Okay, and Shay is also, that was, I love you truly are. And guys, I do want to add in like a little clarifier that it did take me, the first 9 months of working there were amazing and phenomenal. I was on that enjoy my manifestations. And then I was hitting vibrational contrast. It took about a year until I realized, wait. This is not the life I want to live. So when you're first starting out, don't beat yourself up if you've been letting yourself live in a situation that you don't like for a long time. Because that's where sometimes, kind of like how Bobby did the 3-prong, first step is sometimes becoming aware. Then the second step is, are you going to choose to beat yourself up and stay half in this way, half in this one? Or are you going to go straight to, no, work is enjoyable somehow. How do I make it enjoyable? All right, I'm a zookeeper. It's how you keep moving towards that. Okay. They're saying it makes sense enough.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, we love you guys all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love channeling and we couldn't do it without you. And you guys are asking some really great questions. Little Miss is sending us a bunch of love. We're a dynamite duo. Thank you. And Little Miss is saying, Kelly, I'm on the up and up. Yay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that, like, we love you guys a lot. Bobby and I will always be on every Monday, most.
For the rest of our lives, we will be here, Kelly.
Every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that's 9
a.m. my time.
Pacific Standard Time. In UK, that's 5 p.m. UK BST time. So we'll be here. If you guys are ready to fully activate your gift now and get us in a much more smaller, dedicated group where it's just you, Bobby, and me helping you channel, we're going to limit it to 6 for now so that everyone gets in-depth support on the phone calls. And it's a live video call, so it's much more interactive than this. We just get to type in the chat. You will be speaking directly with us, and we'll get all of your questions answered. You should definitely join us for a spiritual mastermind. It will start in about 2 weeks, June 1st, and we look forward to joining you guys there. Love you guys bunches.
Love you. And as Gregory always says, take what you like, release the rest, trust the flow, and let the good times roll. Yeah, baby. Let the good times roll. That's from Bobby G too. Bye.
Bye, guys.